Welcome back to our discussions of MySql. This time we'll look at the where clause. So I have a query here, as you can see. Select from employees these columns limited to last name, first name, and job title. And then the next query I have immediately after it with a where clause, and you can anticipate, I'm sure, what this does. It's a filter, and it filters and says instead of all employees, which this does, these columns from all employees, only show me where the job title is sales rep. This one will limit the result set to 5, and this one will skip the first. This limit will cause it to skip the first 5 and show me the next 5. So let's execute this. So I have 4 statements, and I expect 4 tabs as a result, unless I had a syntax error. All right, so I have my 4 tab result set. The first query here, all employees, these 3 columns. Employees list with the job title sales rep. And then employees with the job title sales rep, but limit the result set to the first 5. So notice it's the first 5 of the result set here. And then skip the first 5 and show me the next 5 with the limit 5, 5. So what this where clause is called is a predicate statement. So a predicate in a computer language or a logic language is simply means a statement that has a true or false value. Your Boolean values in Java. And you have conjunctions just as in Java, ands and ors. Okay. So my first name, first query is just going to be job title sales rep. And this will be sales rep, then office code. I'm going to close these result sets from earlier. So close other tabs and then close that one. Clear this result set here. Right click. So first query just done sales rep. Next query, more restrictive, sales rep and office code. Why more restrictive? Because both clauses joined by an and need to be true for the result to be true. So an and will always be restrictive. So this will filter for sales reps in the office code 1. This one, the or, that's actually least restrictive because one or the other has to be true. Job title is sales rep or the office code is 1. Let's run that query. A set of 3 queries actually. So the first one, relatively just constrained to the sales rep, and you'll see. And then constrained with the sales rep, but office code only equal to 1, so much fewer. And then finally, sales rep or office code 1. So you're going to see a mixture of employees in this one, president, vice president, because they have office code 1, so that makes this side of the clause true. Or sales rep from any office code will match that as well. So it's all the office reps and anyone else who has office code 1. As long as we're here, let's take a look at this. So this is the answers to the question, is our string comparisons in SQL case sensitive? And the answer is no, they aren't. Not by default. You can make comparisons case sensitive, but that's setting up actually a characteristic of the database or of the table or of the column. We'll look into that but case insensitive comparisons, just remember, is the default case. That's quite different from Java, where case sensitivity is the default string comparison. As long as we're here on the select statement, I wanted to show you this. This is column aliases. So you can give a column alias here, last name as last name, and notice it labels the column differently now. This way instead that. So this is without spaces. You can just treat it as an identifier. If you want the column alias to have a space in it, then you need to put the column aliases in quotes here. By the way, this also shows that SQL as a language is indifferent to single quotes or double quotes as long as they match. All right, so the where clause for filtering. You can use ands and ors. This is known as a predicate expression. So the where clause depends on a predicate. That's a true or false value. We can limit the result set with the limit clause. And we can also use column aliases if we want, let's say, friendlier looking column names with spaces and so forth instead of a computer identifier. All right, next lecture, we're going to delve more into the where clause and other types of filtering.